Alright everybody, welcome back to Sasquatch Performance Garage. Today we're going to start the process of taking out the engine. I've seen a few different ways how to do this. The repair manual says to drop subframes, pull it out, all that good stuff, but a lot of things that I've read and seen say to take off the whole front of the vehicle and just pull it straight out. We have tools to do both ways. Most people have tried to do it with taking the bumper and the radiator and radiator support out the front. I'm gonna go ahead and try it that way. It seems to be pretty straightforward and simple. Just I don't really want to have to mess with the air conditioning, so I don't want to necessarily disconnect any of those lines. I'm gonna see if I'm able to do that and bring you guys along the way. So we're gonna go ahead and start working on this. This is Jason from the future here. This little sneak peek of everything I had to take apart. But whenever we're working on a vehicle, especially with a vehicle that you don't know or don't have a lot of experience with, my go-to is always take bolts off and bag them and label them. You know, when you're able to do that, you're able to figure out what is what when you get back to putting this thing back together. So definitely always label that. It really sucks when you don't remember where the heck some bolts go and then you end up with bolts left over. That's not a good thing. So take my advice on it. It's definitely a good thing to do. All right, let's keep on working on this. All right, everybody. So we got the front bumper off, the front crash structure, along with the radiator and intercooler assembly and the condenser. It does look like I'll be able to get the engine out without removing the condenser and the compressor all the way. I'll be able to move that out once I start pulling the engine out straight. What we gotta do from here is unplug everything on the engine as far as electrical is concerned. Obviously get the fuel line off and other sort of things out of the way. Should be pretty easy from there. Obviously, and then our motor mounts, I'm hoping to not necessarily finish it up tonight because I did start right after work here, but get it prepared to where I can put the engine hoist on it tomorrow and pull it straight out and put the engine on this stand. Really looking forward to this. You know, hopefully we get some good news once we start taking it all apart and not have to go too much farther into this engine, but we'll see as we go. All right, everybody, it's next morning. I took off all the parts as far as electrical and hoses that connect the motor to the rest of the body. So now we're pretty much ready to put the engine hoist on, hook it up to the motor, and then disconnect the motor mounts and pull this sucker out. We're going to see how that works out for me. Again, it's the first time I've done this on this Volkswagen. I'm kind of going relatively blind. All I know is that people do this or do it like this, but we'll see how it works, and we'll go from there. All right, see y'all in a bit. We got the engine on the stand now. Transmission's off to the side. Time to start the real fun of this. See what's going on, see what makes this thing tick and what happened exactly, and hopefully we don't find much more damage than what we are expecting already as far as the head gasket. So should be pretty easy, straightforward. We're gonna go ahead and get it rolling. Let's go. So as you saw through the time lapse, we got the cylinder head off. You know, kind of noticed one thing while I was taking the head bolts off. These first 4 head bolts from 1, 2, 3, 4 here, they were all very milky on the threads. All the other ones, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the one back here, were all clean on the thread. So I can definitely, with good confidence, say that the head gasket was most likely the issue, and oil or coolant was flowing from the ports here to here, or vice versa. I don't know exactly where. It's kind of hard to tell. The embossing that was on the head gasket here did come off on the cylinder block along with the cylinder head, so I can't exactly see where there is a major malfunction on this head gasket. Back side of the head gasket, same thing. Can't really see a whole lot about where the initial break was. I feel pretty confident with being able to say that this is the issue here. I'm going to pull the cylinder head up on the table here, and then we'll look at that real quick as well. All right, and here's our cylinder head itself. Looking kind of, there maybe is a little bit of, you know, maybe some emboss is missing there and some traveling right here. Overall, cylinder head looks pretty good. Obviously, you got some carbon buildup. It's got 130,000 miles, no big deal. We're gonna get it to a machine shop though and have them, you know, do a full dunk tank on it, fully clean it, resurface the cylinder head. If I'm feeling frisky, then I might have them do a valve job on it as well. But either way, I will be changing out the valve stem seals myself if I don't get a valve job done on it. Pretty much about it for the disassembly of the upper portion of this motor. I will be going into the cylinder block itself, looking at the rod bearings and main bearings. I want to make sure that none of these bearings got damaged with a little bit of running while this antifreeze got mixed with the oil. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for watching Sasquatch Performance Garage. Again, give me a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps with growing the channel out around here, doing what I like to do. But next video, we'll get into the lower half of the engine here, examine the rod bearings and all that stuff. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching.